I do not care what anyone says. Last night's game against the Houston Rockets was a very, very important game, and it was a huge W for the Los Angeles Lakers. Last night also displayed how important role players are, especially when you get deep into the playoffs. Shout out to Gabe Vincent and shout out to Dorian Finney-Smith for providing offense for the Lakers when the big three, Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, and LeBron James, were struggling offensively. We'll talk about all that plus more, but before I do, Lakers Talk Daily is presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, the official Native American resort and casino of the Los Angeles Lakers. Skip the traffic. Head on over to Pechanga Resort Casino just off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for reservations and for more information. Please go check it out. Go check out Pechanga Resort Casino if you have time. Your boy is going to be over there in about 2 weeks. I'm heading towards San Diego, but I told myself I might as well stop by Pechanga Resort Casino because I need to have a little bit of time to go hit those blackjack tables. Go get some good food, a good drink before I head out over there to San Diego. But let's get back into the nick of things. The Lakers and the Houston Rockets game last night. It was an ugly offensive game for both teams. The big three, Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, obviously struggled shooting the rock. For the Houston Rockets, they also struggled shooting the rock. The three-pointers were not falling for the Lakers or the Houston Rockets. That game last night displayed a perfect example of a grinded-out win for the Lakers and what could possibly be a game in the playoffs. There's going to be some games like that in the playoffs where shots aren't falling. You got to find another way to win. I would love to see the Lakers, especially when you get deep into the playoffs, is when your shots aren't falling, not to settle so much for threes. Find a way to get fouled, get in the paint and score layups, get easy ones, or get out in transition. But a team like the Houston Rockets, who in favor, they love to get out and run, I thought the Lakers did a great job of slowing them down in transition. And this team, how physical the Houston Rockets are, the Lakers matched that physicality, especially on the defensive end. It was great to see the attention, the detail on the defensive end for the Lakers in last night's game against the Rockets. These games are important. These next couple of games are important. We'll talk about that on the other side. But these next couple of games are important, especially against the Warriors, the Pelicans, the Thunder. All those games are going to be important for the Lakers. And I love how the bench, and particularly two people, Gabe Vincent and Dorian Finney-Smith, came out there and provided offense for the Lakers when the big three was not scoring. Gabe Vincent was not hesitant at all, knocking down threes. Dorian Finney-Smith was not hesitant at all, knocked down some threes. I believe both of them combined for at least 12 to 13 threes together. Dorian Finney-Smith also passed up a couple of threes where he should have taken. J.J. Redick explained that in postgame and said that, he passed up a couple of threes that in reality, we need him to shoot because those are going to be the best looks we would have gotten all night. So Dorian Finney-Smith needs to learn, hey, look, this team has trust in you to be a 3-and-D guy, especially in a pick-and-roll situation or a pick-and-pop. He's got to be able to not hesitate and shoot the ball with confidence. He's able to knock him down. J.J. Redick want to implement an offense if he does not believe Dorian Finney-Smith can knock it down. Gabe Vincent as well. Do not be hesitant, especially when your star players' shots aren't falling. They're looking for that offense. They're looking for guys to be able to provide and help. And that's what that's why it's so important to have great role players on a great NBA team. And J.J. Redick said these guys have embraced their role, meaning that you have guys who don't want to do their role, and it causes the team to do bad. Then you have guys who are good at their role. Then you have guys who are great at the role because they embrace it. Dorian Finney-Smith and Gabe Vincent know what the role is. And I'm telling you, this is the difference between this team and a team a year ago and 2 years ago from now, is that they have a deep enough roster to make a deep run. And they will make a deep run. I believe this Lakers team is. They're going to correct their mistakes. They get 2 days off in between to get ready for the Golden State Warriors. A much-needed break after the amount of games they played in a short amount of time. But that just shows you last night's game with Gabe Vincent and Dorian Finney-Smith were able to do by knocking down threes and having the confidence and getting some offense flowing for this Lakers team. That separates them from a lot of other teams who don't have that much role players and they rely so much heavily on their star players. There's going to be a game where LeBron James is struggling, or there's going to be a game where Luka Doncic is going to be struggling. Maybe Austin Reeves. it's rare that all three of them will struggle. But I'm just saying, like, if there's a game where LeBron is on, but Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves are not on, Gabe Vincent can be on, or Dorian Finney-Smith can be on. Like, this team can be interchangeable in a lot of ways, and that's what you have to love. But I do love, because Gabe Vincent, shout out to our ESPN Los Angeles social team, they posted our post-game interview with Gabe Vincent was on with John Ireland and Michael Thompson right after the game. And MC asked him, hey, look, with how close the West is, knowing that you can easily fall to the play-in or you can easily jump up to the second seed, how closely are you guys looking into getting to that top seed, the second seed, third seed? How closely do you pay attention to the standings? And Gabe Vincent gave the most honest answer ever. Look, we're not paying attention to it every single day, but it's definitely on our eyes. It's definitely on our radar, knowing that every single game we have to have a sense of urgency. LeBron James went out and said that we have to have a sense of urgency in these next couple, in our last stretch of games. Luka Doncic came out and said that we need to have a sense of urgency through this last stretch of games. This Lakers team is focused. They're ready to go. They're ready to take on the opponents that they're ready to take on any single opponent for the rest of the amount of the regular season. This team, JJ Redick, is going to have them ready to go. I want to elaborate more and touch more on why it's so important on last night's game against the Houston Rockets. We'll do that right after I let my partners at Pechanga give you guys a quick word.
At Pechanga Resort Casino, you can rock and roll, sip and slide, twist and shout. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, official Indian gaming sponsor of the Lakers.
Big W against the Houston Rockets. The Lakers are now 2 games, 2.5 games behind the Houston Rockets for the number 2 seed. The Lakers are also 1 game behind the Denver Nuggets for the 3 seed. That's how important games are. Every single game. There's 7 games remaining in the regular season. Every single game matters. And I love it how LeBron and Luka came out with the sense of urgency that this team has to have every single game. Playing hard, 48 minutes, doing things, paying attention to detail. Look at the scouting report. Complete the scouting report. Execute the scouting report. Execute the offense. Execute the defense. This team is going to be locked in for these last 7 games. And each game, as far as the Golden State Warriors, the Warriors play against the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. Eyes are going to be on them because the Grizzlies can easily fall to the 6th seed or even a play-in. The Clippers are hot right now. That's what I'm saying. You don't know how the Western Conference is going to shape up. That's why Lakers need to win these games. And that's why I love what Gabe Vincent said, hey, we don't pay attention every single day, but we do understand what's at stake and how we can fall to the 7th seed, meaning the play-in, or fall to the 6th seed where we can easily jump to the 2nd seed. That game against the Houston Rockets is big, and I look forward to Lakers' matchup against the Golden State Warriors. We'll talk about that for tomorrow's episode. But as always, appreciate you guys tuning in. Peace.